Hi, everybody. It's Stacy, the jewelry expert for Masterpiece Jewelers in Daytona Beach, Florida, and I'm here again on Monday morning to present one of our Masterpiece Jewelers Monday Moments, which we do every Monday morning around this time, thereabouts, between 8 and 9 o'clock Eastern Time. And today we are going to talk about how to remove a stuck ring. I almost put how to remove a stuck ring from your finger, but then I was like, of course it's your finger. I do not know how to remove a stuck ring from inside your nose. So we're just going to go with the finger right now and go from there. Now, I want to preface this by saying that if you have an emergency situation, like your finger has suddenly become larger, say due to an injury, a bug bite, a big bug sting, I should say, or bite, I guess, and you can't get your ring off quickly, you want to go ahead and go to the ER or to the local fire station here in Daytona Beach. Our local firehouses, you just go there and they will be glad to cut the ring off for you. You don't even need to make an appointment. And so that's what you want to do if it's an emergency. If it is not an emergency, then you can use this almost foolproof procedure to get the ring off. First of all, we want to make sure that you have near you a bowl of ice water. So that is water with ice in it, big enough to submerge your hand in. You also want to have a container of Windex. We have talked about Windex earlier on this series, and so it rears its beautiful blue head again. And so you want to have that nearby. So bowl of ice water, Windex, some paper towels just to dry off your hand, and that is all you need. So to begin with, you are going to plunge your hand into the cold water until you cannot take it anymore. This helps to shrink the tissue, and it's really an important part of getting your ring off. And please do not think about using butter, lotion, oil, soap. Don't use any of those things. That nothing works as well as Windex. Okay, so plunge your hand into the bowl of water with ice cubes in it until you can't take it anymore. Then take your hand out, spray it with Windex liberally. Now, I am talking liberally. In front of the ring, behind the ring, all on your hand. You need a lot of Windex. Then put your hands over your head. That helps to drain more fluid out of your hand. So first you've made the tissue smaller through the ice water. Then you've made your hands slippery through the Windex. And now you are making it even thinner by putting it over your head. While it's over your head, start wiggling it back and forth. Do not pull straight off. So do not pull like this. This ring fits me fine, but as you can see, if I do that, it's not coming off. You want to do this. So wiggle. Let's see if I can get it in here. Wiggle back and forth. Whoop. Back and forth. It's hard to do it in front of the screen there. There we go. Back and forth. So you see I'm wiggling it like this. Okay. That's important. So you saw when I had it on my hand and just pulled like this, I could not take it off. So you want to wiggle it. Okay. You do this while it's over your head. So that should pull your ring pretty quickly off. You might have to do a little tugging and so forth, but it will get off with those steps. So we are going to, just to reiterate, plunge your hand into a ice cold water bath, then spray Windex liberally all over your finger, then put your hands above your head and start wiggling, not pulling the ring off. This works so well. This has worked hundreds of times for our clients. Now, if that doesn't work, sometimes you can repeat the process, but I would only repeat the process one time because after that, you're not going to get it off at home. And that doesn't have to be scary. There, when you go to get it taken off at your local firehouse, they are going to use something that is very little, not even very little. I don't want to say very little. No pain, maybe a little pressure, but no pain. It is not going to be stressful. And what's really important about getting your ring taken off either by you at home or by a professional before it's an emergency situation is that they can take the time to cut it in the right place. We have seen numerous times people having their rings cut off. We've been in the jewelry business in Daytona Beach for 27 years. So we've seen a lot. And we have seen when in the emergency room, people have to have their rings cut off. And the emergency personnel are not about protecting your ring. They are about protecting your finger. So I have literally seen them cut right through the front of a ring, like a band, where there were diamonds, just cut right through it, not behind, but in front. So if you have a ring that you know needs to be, that you know you cannot get off, and this may be a number of different reasons, your knuckle grows over time, or God forbid, you put on some weight, no shame, Corona 15, we all know how that is. That is a situation where you probably can get it off yourself. But if you can't, please don't wait until it's an emergency. Just go ahead, do yourself a favor and get it cut off at the firehouse calmly and with people who are more than happy to do it for you. Now, what happens then? That's an important question as well. People sometimes say, like, I don't want to take it off because I haven't had it off since my wedding day, or I don't want them to cut it. Well, you might be in a situation where they have to do that, but I want you to know that if you take your ring to an expert jeweler, they will be able to fix it, please. So don't take those two things out of your mind. One, that that it might hurt, and two, that the ring is going to be destroyed in the cutting process, because it is not, and it won't. We suggest people take at least 2 weeks before they bring their ring in to be sized, because the area where your ring was needs to fill in a little bit with the right size of skin. And then also it gives it a little time to heal just from having a ring on there so tightly. Then when you bring it in, we can fix it without any issues. I don't care what happened. If it had to be cut off in an emergency, I don't care if it's in 2 pieces. I don't care if there's a missing piece. We promise we can fix it for you. We have an expert jeweler. We've had the same jeweler for over 20 years, and he is a master. Now, if you are watching this outside of the Daytona Beach area, and many people do, go to your local jeweler, your mom and pop jeweler, check Google reviews first, like everyone does. Read the reviews, check out the 1-star reviews if the people have any, and see if they even make sense that they got a 1-star. But definitely go to Google reviews before you make any decisions on where you're going to take your ring. You want to make sure they're not going to steal your diamond. That's extremely rare, but they might be incompetent at repairing your ring, and that is much more common. So what we learned today is it's better to take your ring off yourself and have it so that you have made the choice to take it off instead of having to have it taken off in an emergency situation. And then it's actually very easy to do at home using the steps that I've mentioned in this particular video. So I would like to just take a moment to tell you about our special book that Tracy and I wrote. This is part of the Masterpiece Jewelers Guide series, and we would be glad to send this to you absolutely free of charge. It is called 5 Things You Should Never Do When You Inherit Jewelry. Let us help you not to make the mistakes that almost everyone makes and that we've seen year after year in our store. This is a quick and easy read, and it will make sure that you do not lose your heirlooms when you are going through what is a difficult time of dealing with the loss of someone and an estate. So if you are in the Daytona Beach area, you can just stop on by and pick up a copy. Or if you're outside of our area, we'd be glad to mail it to you. No charge. All you do is just call or text us at 386-252-0010, and we will make sure to get one in the mail to you. And so, as you know, every Wednesday we have our weekly live online fine jewelry sale where someone every Wednesday wins a $500 diamond and gold piece of jewelry. So we do that every single Wednesday at 7 o'clock on Facebook Live, facebook.com/Masterpiece Jewelers. And so you want to, join us for that. And in the meantime, I hope that you found this helpful. And until we meet again, stay sparkly.